This is IHSEN iRacing, presented by the Indiana Esports Network. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back. My name is Drew Road. I'm the lead coordinator here for the Indiana Esports Network. You are watching Week 6 iRacing action come to you live from the Charlotte Roval. This is normally about the time where I introduce my co-host, Mr. B. Mr. B has to do his real job today. He and I are both band directors. He is working with his kids after school for an after-school rehearsal for their upcoming winter concert. 'Tis the season. So you're stuck here with me with about 3:30 left in practice. We ride on board with Gerardo Galindo from Pike High School in the 97 machine. Hopefully your time's going well. It's a beautiful day here in Lafayette, Indiana. It is also a beautiful day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Current conditions on track, a lovely 78 degrees, track temperature 131 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, winds 2 miles an hour out of the north. And it's not very humid either, which is surprising. Only 45% humidity on the day. Let's get down to some iRacing. Come on, folks. And take a look through here. Robert Fisk tops the timing sheets. His Carmel colleague almost a half a second back here in practice. And Drew Shield from Pike High School in third, about a second off of that time from Mr. Robert Fisk. Robert Fisk coming in second place from last week, although not for lack of trying. It was an outstanding race with the last lap pass to try and put it in there, banging doors a little bit, and came away on the short end of the stick on that one. Zach finishes the race in first place. I think Robert is hungry. Current look at the championship picture as we see right now for the Indiana Esports Network after 5 rounds. Only 5 points separating 1 and 2, both Carmel colleagues, probably sitting right next to each other as we speak, trying to eke out some time. 277 to 272. Still a lot of racing left to go. Another 6 weeks of racing. We pick this back up. This is our last race for this semester. We pick it back up in the spring semester on the 15th of January. And get ready to go. 5 points separate. At this point, it looks pretty much like a 2-horse race. As Drew Shield in third place, pretty far back already from the 2 leaders. And let's see who else we can ride on board with. Ben Davis Axel sitting in the pits. That's not going to do us any good. Speaking of second place, Robert Fisk. Top of the timing sheet, still about a half second in front. It's just practice. We're just talking about practice. However, in the 12 machine, turning some great laps. We got some love for Robert in the chat here. Also got some love for the Lawrenceburg drivers. Let's pop over to Lawrenceburg Leland here in the lucky number 7 machine. Currently sitting in 10th place, about 4.5 seconds up from the leader. Leland is a rookie this year. As looks like Gary Nunley, also a rookie from Union City, comes with a pass. Again, just talking about practice. Leland parking it, getting ready to start his quali preparations here as we see some lovely looking cars there in the pits for the Indiana Esports Network. Mr. Hustle is cheering loud for Leland. All right, who else do we got here? Anybody else left on track? Let's show that beautiful track map here. And there we go. See the 5 machines out and running. It's Ben Davis, Zach. Oh, and the sim just reset us. So let's take a look at that practice results here. Our overlays powered by Appgeneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. Practice results show this one. Show Robert Fisk at the top. Half second back is Zach. About a second away from that, Drew Shield. Axel Saldana at 1.4. Alistair in 5th at a 1.79. Jameson Daniel from Harrison High School, 2.3 seconds back. Zach, 3.2. So it's a pretty good separation here for all those, really the drivers in the top 7. Pablo Nunez, Lawrenceburg driver, is about a 1/10 of a second back from Zach. That feels like the first one where it's like, oh, okay, that's a pretty solid. We'll see what that battle happens. Again, we're just talking about practice. We're not talking about the race. That has yet to come. All the way, did all competitors show? Let's see what happens. Looks like 16 competitors all have times listed here. As we go back here, lots of cars out on track. Leland leading the pack right now. And there we go. And let's ride on board here with Harrison Matthew. There we go. A little bit further back in the pack. Matthew Basinger from Harrison High School. Getting some chat messages here. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties from Blackford. Hopefully we can get that sorted out. That's Zane from Blackford High School. Yeah, hopefully Zane can get back in there. All right, who else we got here? Lawrenceburg Pablo. So what happens, folks? Your people cheer for you on the chat, and we show more of you on the screen. So if you want somebody to cheer, you want some more screen time, go get some people to log in, like and subscribe to our viral. We have thousands of fans, so I'm not sure you'll be able to get in on that chat board, but if I see you, well, you know what to do. Let's go in the cockpit here with Pablo. Sensation of speed. Keeps it out of the wall. Gets across that start-finish line. And Pablo turns our first fastest lap at a 1:36.9 as Robert Fisk comes across the line. It's pretty fast, though, for Pablo. Nice job there. His colleague from Lawrenceburg, Leland, comes in at 1:40. He's about 4 seconds back. And we're off and running. Both Lawrenceburg drivers are in. Oh, we got somebody cheering for Robert, so you know what to do. As Robert absolutely murders a cone on his way out of pit lane. Don't worry, Robert, we're going to take that out of your budget. Just a heads up. Oh, man, now we got people cheering. Come on now. Hobart Alex finishes a lap. We're on board here with Hobart Alex. Here we go, chat. I sound like a brain rot teenager. And that Hobart Bricky's machine. Alex, a few seconds off the pace there, turning some safe laps here. And the purple and yellow machine from the Brickies. Oh, man. Robert has got his cheering section out here. No surprise at the top. If we only take the chat messages from the Indiana Esports Network iRacing live stream, then I think Robert is the most popular. Unfortunately, at this point in time, he is not the fastest on track. Still plenty of time left to qualify. 2/10 in front of his Carmel colleague is Zach. As Ben Davis, Zach, the other Zach, also turns the time in, 2.6 seconds off the lead. I feel like the Indiana Esports Network could make a lot of money selling Robert Fisk themed merch. Little pop-up shop. You get like hoodies with Robert's face on them. I don't even know what Robert looks like because this is like esports, right? So I don't know what these kids look like. Sometimes I see him dancing in the live stream or in the meet before the little drivers meeting. Sometimes they pop in and say hi. But if I had to pick Robert out of a crowd, I wouldn't know. But if I had a Robert themed hoodie with his face on it, then I could know who it was. As Drew Shield from Pike comes in third. Drew's been doing a nice job. It's funny, the current qualifying order is the same as the championship order in that 1, 2, 3 slot. Zach, Robert, and Drew from Pike, 1, 2, 3. Now's probably as good a time as any to recognize the Indiana Esports Network. The Indiana Esports Network is a 100% volunteer-driven, educator-led, free-to-students organization. IEN is a collective of over 150 school districts across the state, ranging in size, demographics, and socioeconomic populations, all with the same goal: to use esports as a vehicle to engage students who are already involved in traditional athletics or after-school activities, to increase academic performance and motivation, to create an inclusive community of students that fosters social growth, and to provide students with meaningful opportunities to develop 21st century skills and career competencies in a novel way. If you're a teacher or administrator and you're watching this thing thinking to yourself, gee, I'd really like my kids to be a part of this, well, I'll tell you what, it's not nearly as hard as you might think. All you need to do is head on over to indianaesportsnetwork.org and click the schedule meeting button. You'll be connected directly to the board of directors and then get you in part of this competition. If you're a parent or a relative, a student, and you're watching this saying, whoa, 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 I'm no teacher, but I want my kids to be a part of this, or I want to be a part of this, hey, go find somebody in your school that likes video games, would be willing to host this thing, and have them contact the Indiana Esports Network. We will see you on track soon. Back look at the action with 2 minutes left to go. Robert Fisk in second. Zach still in qualifying order first. Drew Pablo in 4. Axel 5. Zach 6. Both Harrison drivers 7-8. Jameson Matthew 9. Leland Kellums from Lawrenceburg 10. BD Frank 11. Gary Nunley 12. Alex Kaiser from Hobart. And rounding out our qualifying at this stage is number 13, Kendrick Larson. Speaking of which, let's ride on board with Kendrick. What do we got here? Riding on board here, the Union City driver from Kendrick, which will be difficult because it looks like he's not actually on track right now. I think he's there. Okay, let's find somebody that is on track. And here we go, on with Axel Saldana in the 18 machine. Minute left to go on quali. And here we are right on board with third place, currently in qualifying, P3, Andrew Shield from Pike High School. And their beautiful Pike red, white, and black liveries there. A really cool color scheme from those Pike guys. And another Pike driver, Pike Lazarus, as we tick down the times. It looks like Robert is not out on track, so it looks like Zach is going to pick up that fastest lap, or going to pick up the P1 qualifying award. That gets him, I believe, 15 additional points for today. They're locked a little bit in a battle. Zach is 5 points up currently from Robert. I have a feeling it's going to be a long season for those two. Yeah, as it looks like they're both not on track at this time. As the sim does a little bit of cleanup here, trying to get this going. I'd like to say a special thanks to AppGeneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. Those guys have been great. They've provided us with a product here that we can make our students in the Indiana Esports Network look great. I am no live streamer, although I play one on this stream every Thursday. In real life, I'm a band teacher, and yet even a band teacher like me can figure out how to do this thing. It just goes to show how quality that product is. If you stream races for iRacing, take a look at AppGeneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. They can make your event and your drivers look great too. And take a look today. And looks like we got a few people back out on track, but let's take a look at the results from qualifying. Full screen results powered by AppGeneer.in. AppGeneer, you see that on the left-hand side. Zach at a 1.36. 2 is Robert. 3 is Andrew. 4, Pablo. 5, Axel. 6, Alistair. 7, Zach. As the times seem to be a little bit closer than were before. Jameson in 8. BD Frank in 9. Matthew Basinger in 10. Let's see how this thing plays out. I had some trouble with my full screen grid last time. I'm not 100% sure what I did wrong on that one. So let me see if it'll show the full screen grid this time. And we're in the right cars. Look at that. Carmel Zach. Robert Fisk is next, followed by Andrew in that red car. 4 is Pablo. 5, Axel. 6, Alistair. 7, Zach. 8, Jameson from Harrison High School. BD Frank in 9, Matthew in 10, Leland Kellums in 11, Gary Nunley 12, Gerardo Galindo 13, Alex 14, Kendrick Larson is in 15, and that is your starting grid for today's race. As we go back here, looks like cars are lining up as we speak, and here we go. We're gridding up. And that's an okay shot right there. We'll see the flag man. Waiting for the Carmel drivers to grid. They did a nice job and helped me out by waiting. Chunky Hustle, you wanna be on this broadcast channel? Let's chat. I got no issues with that. All right. And here we go. We're getting ready. Have yet for our Carmel Zach to grid. Once he gets on the grid, you see our flag man there as Carmel Zach is there ready to go. And we're going to go green flag racing here in a second. As I pull out those overlays to show this flag man's great. Has not made a mistake yet. And we are green flag racing in the Indiana Esports Network as Zach jumps out to a pretty sizable start. No concerns. Looks like Drew wants to throw it up the inside and tucks back in the drafts. Zach continues through this technical section here in the middle. No race has ever won from the first corner, but a few of them have been lost there. Looks like our leader is safe through the first complex of turns there, as we see Alistair on the far side. And looks like Lawrenceburg Leland goes for a spin. Let's see if I can see what happened there to Lawrenceburg Leland. And this is our replay. Lawrenceburg got a little bit excited over those sausage curbs, and I think that caused where we're at now as we transition back to live, powered by ATVO. And Zach's about 0.5 seconds, half second in front of his Carmel colleague. We got side-by-side racing there in the back. That is number 33, Jameson Daniel from Harrison High School. As he's got 3 of the Ben Davis drivers there in front. As the league makes it through the bus stop, coming back around. And let's see who's close on track here. Looks like this is a pretty close battle. As Jameson Daniel trying to put the moves on BD Frank, the first of 3 purple, black, and white cars in front of him. As he goes to the inside, and easy doing on that one, as I think Jameson Daniel's pass was helped by the slowing down effect of the wall. As BD Frank maybe met the wall a little harder than he had intended to. Interesting. Pike Drew is here as we come around. And trying to find some interesting positioning there. As the Carmel driver is fighting 1-2, and Pike Drew says, well, okay, fellas, I'll let you go for this one. As our Carmel drivers are 1 and 2, neck and neck. Robert's trying to get around Zach. Zach's on the slow part. The outside. And looks like Robert passed for the lead. Who's braver on the brakes going in? Oh boy. Oh, and the Carmel drivers touch, and they touch again. Oh no, and Drew says thank you very much, as he's now leading this race. You know, we talked a little bit about the stream last week, and kind of the same thing is true here today. When students are going, do you think that we're going to be fair? Do you think we're going to race easier? Or they see a gap, they're going to go for it? And the answer is, doesn't matter how much experience you have, you're going to go for that gap. As the race still remains pretty tight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, all right there. And is that 5 as well? Yeah, 5 in Alistair. As Pablo is right there as Zach shoots around the outside, but I tell you what, he's still on the slow part of that corner, and now gets the inside line and is able to get back in front of Pike Drew. Robert Fisk, a little bit the loser on that one, is now Andrew was stuck in the middle of a caramel sandwich. Oh no! And we've got chaos here. Chaos in the Indiana Esports Network. And let's take a look at how that one played out. As here's a replay. Well, that's not going to do us any good. Hold on. As we see the turn there on the inside from Drew, Zach goes around into the wall, and that might be interesting. We'll see what happens. We go back to the live shot here. And we see Robert Fisk leading, Pablo in second place. Let's take a look where Pablo is. Lawrenceburg Pablo in second. He's about a second, 1.1 back. And where else are some close battles on track? It's like Pike Lazarus here with Unicity Kendrick towards the back of the field. These guys duking it out here, trying to get some points. And what do we got? Another close one. Ben Davis Axel. That's Alistair and Zach. Zach trying to make up some positions, a little bit of a recovery drive at this point as he goes on the inside of his Carmel colleague. As Zach is now in fourth place. So not a horrible turn of events. He was able to pick up a lot. And let's see, he still might be able to find that one go. Looks like Drew just passed Lawrenceburg Pablo. As we're on now a replay here in the Indiana Esports Network. Oh, as Pablo gets a little squirrely, tank slapper. Go left, go right. Which way am I going? And Drew picks up a position a little bit the hard way as that massively took into his time. Out of the leader, Robert Fisk, now 7.6 seconds back as we go back to live. And here we are. And Carmel Robert way in front at this point. As we can see, that shot right there shows the first place and then second place positions and third place. All right, let's see Gary Nunley here. Currently in ninth position, Union City Gary. Running a little bit of a lonely race, nothing wrong with that one. As Carmel Alistair is looking to get around Axel Saldana. That's going to be kind of an interesting battle, I think, developing back and forth. That is a lie. Oh, wait, no, that's right. 18 and 81. I was looking at my numbers and kind of flipped. I went, well, which one is that one again? Ooh, as he gets around 18, is he going to go for 42 now, too? As he takes both positions there. Oh, a little switcheroo. Went way wide on that one. And both of the Ben Davis drivers picked that one back up. All right, who else we got here? Current running order as it stands: Robert in first, Andrew second, Pablo 3, Zach 4, BD Frank and Axel 5. Whoa! As the Ben Davis drivers have a bit of a discussion about that, and Alistair picks up the pieces. Righty. Lawrenceburg Pablo chasing down Drew Shield. Let's see how that one goes. And you see Zach's car there in the back, about 13 seconds back from leader. So I think Robert continues to put the hurt on, but we'll see how this all goes. And let's take a look at that championship standings as they currently lay. If the race finishes in the order that it does right now, Robert finishes with 343 points and Zach finishes with 325 points. Andrew still stays in third. Axel still stays in fourth. But a major swing here today with that one. It could be interesting. We'll see. And who else we got that's close on track? Looks like Union City Gary, maybe. About a second back from Jameson Daniel from Harrison in the 33 machine. Right, somebody else is close on track. Ben Davis, Axel. I think that's Matthew Basinger in the 6-7 car. Yeah, I know. And let's see if we can get him in the drag race. As he goes high in the NASCAR section, the oval section. He's working on it. Oh, yikes. And can we get a pass done here? That's right. The chat's currently calling out strategy for Robert for the other drivers. I'm pretty sure that's race manipulation. And Axel, nothing going this time. Let's see if we can get it done in the big braking zone before we get into the oval section. As Matthew doing a little bit of blocking. So we go over the hill, big braking section down here to a big left-hander. Right there. Oh, as Axel Saldana gets it done in the brake zone. Much better on the brake. So the idea when you race Slow in, fast out. That was absolutely Axel. I think Matthew was trying to hold on to a lead and was thinking maybe if I just brake later. Axel definitely broke earlier, but because of that was able to get the car turned faster and spent more time on the accelerator, and it ended up taking the place. And let's take a look here. Well, looks like a Ben Davis Frank issue. Let's see what happened. Goes over, and I think wisely wanted to make sure he didn't hit anybody, so kind of got out of the way, kept it going. All right, Ben Davis Frank, I see you. It's pretty cool. Lawrenceburg Pablo, about a half second back from Pike Drew in this moment. Zach is cutting into the lead there on Carmel Roberts. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. It's hanging right around that 12-second mark. And Robert still has the fastest lap. Fastest lap time from Robert, 1:36.320. Fastest lap from Zach, 1:36.5. So 2/10 of a second off on that one, as Pablo chasing down Drew from Pike High School. You know, Pablo's got very clearly obvious damage there at the front of the car. I wonder if that's affecting the aero a little bit. Although he seems to slingshot it around. Can he get this done in the braking zone? And look at that. Zach right there, close up between the two of them. It'll be interesting to see how many points we got going on here, as I think Drew got the faster run but is stuck in the draft. We'll see. As it looks like Drew Pablo going back around, and Zach has caught up to the back of this battle as we have some more bump and grind. Are we going 3 wide down the front straight? And Drew Shield on the middle of this one here. Zach trying desperately to get around all the people needed. As now he's on the inside of Drew. Some great racing here from these three. And definitely had the better traction in there, but Drew sneaks around going through. Oh, some great racing here from the Indiana Esports Network. And let's see if we can grab. Carmel Zach is now in the middle in that third position. Oh, gets a very tight turn. Pablo goes a little wide, and now it is Zach who's going to be able to pull up that position. Although a lot closer than I thought they were from the camera angle that we were on before. Guys, this is some great driving from all our guys in the Indiana Esports Network. These are high school kids coming out here and putting on a show for us today. Oh, no. We tried to turn in a little bit there from Pablo. Zach was unfortunately still in existence, as now it looks like Zach has pulled himself up into second place. I think at this point, with 5 minutes left, 14 seconds might be a pretty sizable gap without any outside issues that Robert may have. Speaking of Robert, let's go ahead and on board with Robert here. Pretty lonely race out here out front. Oh, another pass here. Oh, as we're passing back, here we go. And let's take a look at the championship implications now, as Zach is 10 points back from Robert. He could get himself even closer if he could put in a fastest lap, although I don't know if it's in the car. If the car maybe suffered some damage, he might not be able to pull it in. Fastest lap right now is a 1:36.320. And his previous lap time was a 1:38. So it seems like he might be, sorry, a 1:39 was the previous lap time. So I think that one's going to be a little bit of a trick. Although he was fighting, maybe that was an issue. Maybe if he gets out in clean air, he's able to get this done. If he can put some distance between him and Drew, we might see some points put on. But he absolutely needs to grab that fastest lap if he wants to get as close as possible with the time he has left. 3:54 left in the race as we go. All right, let's take a look at somebody we haven't seen in a while. Harrison Jameson running a little bit of a lonely race here. He's got some damage in the back of that car. And Ben Davis to Axel. Currently sitting in 6th. Not bad. It's a little Sunday drive there. Hobart Alex comfortably in 9th. Looks like he's about 2 seconds in front of Union City Gary. As Pike Drew still looking to get some moves made here. There's Pablo there in the background. Pike Lazarus. So it looks like the closest racing on track right now is that battle between Pike Drew and Carmel Zach. And let's take here our top 5 positions gained on the day. Alex Kaiser from Hobart gaining 5 positions. Kendrick from Union City gaining 4. Matthew Basinger at 3. And Gary and Lazarus both making up 2 positions today as we go for another round of battle here between the 10 and the 84 car. We are neck and neck. A series of left-hand turns puts Zach in the advantage. But this right-hander, as it looks like he pulls out enough of an advantage as he throws it inside. And big right-hander there. Zach stays out in front. Drew is right hot on the trail, however. With 1:18 left to go. I normally like to stay with the leader, but I think this one's pretty much there. As Carmel Zach, most likely for the last time, go around the big hairpin turn. Zach is doing his best to keep Drew behind. Championship points on the line here. Every point matters, even though we're only halfway through the season at this point. As it doesn't get much closer than that from Drew. As what happens here, Drew breaks early. Wise idea. And Zach goes a little wide. But I think, well, we'll see. We're door to door as Drew pulls in front at the last second. But Zach's on the faster part of the track down low. It probably is going to be a photo finish here for second place. It's pretty exciting. And coming into another chicane, the final chicane. Drew's on the advantageous side. Zach gets turned around. Oh, Drew wobbles it a little bit. Oh, one more lap to go. And we live to fight another day. We're banging doors a little bit here as Carmel Zach continuing to run through the infield section. And Pablo, they're back in the mix. What an outstanding race that these three have had. Some twists and some turns as now Drew is in front. Pablo right there in the 14 machine from Lawrenceburg High School, the Lawrenceburg Tigers, as I've been reminded a couple times. And, oh no, Zach losing out on the end of that one as now he needs to get around Pablo, who has turned on his windshield wipers. And let's take a look here at the current championship standings. With Zach now finishing in 3rd place, that eats into his final total. Is he able to grab some positions back here? as the day gets ever so slightly worse. Oh, no. Zach getting turned back around. I think that damage is done there. As Robert crosses the finish line, Pike Drew comes in second. And Lawrenceburg Pablo in 3. Man, some damaged cars from today. Zach finishes in 4th. Takes him to 300 standings, just updated, 328, 325. As Axel comes across the finish line. Alistair comes across the finish line. Jameson Harrison. Jameson Harrison. Making it across here, the final chicane. See that flag man and that checkered flag. As Matthew Basinger is taking an alternate line through the chicane. Okay. And Alex from Hobart. Guys, it's way faster if you just cut through the grass. You guys are a bunch of chumps following the track and all. All right, and Gary Nunley coming through. And this is, looks like not a battle for actual position. That's lap traffic. Looks like Robert Fisk doing some donuts there. And I get a replay of the donuts, powered by Aptioneer.in. I'm not 100% sure what. Okay, here we go. We just had to get in the right spot. I got a photo finish here. Yeah, do some donuts for the fans. The grounds crew is not pleased. And here we are. What do you do? You know. Oh, yeah. Yes, we're trying to avoid hitting each other, right? It's a good call, fellas. Good call, fellas. All right, and as we get set for our final interviews here, let's take a look at the full screen results from the race. And in 1, Robert Fisk. 2, Drew from Pike High School. 3, Pablo Nunez. 4, Zach from Carmel High School. 5, Axel Saldana. 6, Alistair from Carmel. 7, Jameson Daniel. 8, Alex Kaiser from Hobart. 9, Gary Nunley from Union City. 10, Matthew Basinger from Harrison High School. 11, Kendrick Larson. 12, Gerardo Galindo. 13, Leland from Lawrenceburg. 14, Lazarus. 15, BD Frank. And 16 was Zach, also from Ben Davis. And let's go ahead and show the championship standings. Go ahead and press this button. That's the right button to push. And that puts Robert Fisk as the new person on top of the championship going into the second half of the season. We're on winter break here for the next couple weeks. 343 points to 325. The chat has some questions. Is pulling a little Team Penske over here. Check the attenuator. That's what I say. All right, and let's see who I have in this room. I think I have, well, I've got Gerardo, so my guess is that might be Drew from Pike. See if I get any of these guys. Any of these other guys. So I'm looking for third place finisher from today. And that should be Lawrenceburg Pablo. Pablo, you on the stream? Let me see if I can find a way to get him to go. Let me just message in the league chat. See if I can get Pablo in here. And then also Robert Fisk. If not, Drew and I are just going to have a little chat. All right. All right, seeing if Pablo is there in the interview room. If not, we'll go from there. Drew, you are in here. Hey, man, talk to me about your race today.
Probably the most fun, yet also chaotic, don't mess up type race.
Yeah.
Started third and didn't get the best start, but get the worst start. Almost got overtaken by Pablo in turn 1, and then pretty much from there it was me, Zach, and Robert kind of just following each other single file until Robert had a chance to make a dive on Zach, and they went too wide for a little bit, and then I don't know really whose fault it would be, but the caramel catastrophe happened once more, and I got past them.
It's tough, yeah.
And so led a few laps, and then I forget what happens, but then Zach and Robert catch back up because I'm not exactly the fastest person. But me and Zach, after turns 3 and 4, Zach tries to push me to the inside, which I didn't realize until he was already sideways across my bumper. So kind of, my coach says he spun himself, but I won't really make any on-air claims.
Well, I think first of all, it's a good call. Second of all, Alex Jones, 3-time champion from last year, message. He's helping me out on the iRace site. He's our assistant coordinator, and I believe his words were, "Man, that was a fun race to watch. It's not going to be a fun race for us to officiate." And I said, "Well, yeah, but it was a pretty good time." Hey, who do you got to thank out there, Drew, today?
My parents, Mr. Russell, and Pike itself for actually supporting esports. And, well, once again, Mr. Drew Rhoda himself.
Yeah, you guys are killing me with this. Well, I tell you what, it's pretty great stuff. You're no stranger to our post-race interview. Drew, nice job today. Pick up a second-place finish. Pablo, looks like Pablo, you're in the room, our third-place finisher today. Pablo, talk me through your race. How did it go? Pablo, are you there? If you're there, you got to unmute. All right, looks like we're still having some issues there on Pablo. Want to talk to Pablo. I don't know if I've ever had him on the stream before. Hoping to get going with that one. Do I see a Mr. B in the house? Mr. B.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's nice. You guys that have a real job, tell me what that's like. I absolutely have a real job. It's fine. And Pablo, if you're there, we want to hear your interview, but I can't hear anything. I see Miss Davidson's in the room here, but I don't have your audio yet. So if you guys are working on audio, something like that. And I see Alistair's virtual reality penguin. Alistair, are you here? But it's probably Robert, yeah?
It's me, Robert.
Robert. Hey, congratulations.
My phone has no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, tell me about it. If you're a teenager, it probably also has no battery, too. Hey, talk to me about your race today. How did it go?
That's 67%.
Okay. Complete with hand motions. Hey, talk to me about your race today, Robert. How did it go?
It was it was a really good race for like first 2 laps, and then Drew and Zach got together, and then I was able to pass Drew, and then just never looked back after that.
Well, I tell you what.
And
go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, and it's finally nice to win on a road course.
That's true. You have been the recipient of a couple lucky, moments where some action happens behind and you just kind of drive off into the sunset. And that was a little bit for you today. And so you pick up another win. If my calculations are correct here, that shows you leading the championship picture with 343 points to your teammates 325 points. That's a major points haul for today.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I'm happy to be points leading, but except Drew, Zach and Drew had the together, and yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm probably going to eat my words from the drivers' meeting where I said, "Hey guys, if you're gonna, you got to file these protests if you got complaints, because I feel like we're probably going to get a few protests this time around." With that being said, Mr. Robert, who do you need to thank today?
I got to thank my coach, my teammates, Zach and Alistair, my parents, my family members that watched the races.
Yeah, they love you in the chat, by the way.
Mr. Rhoda.
Oh yeah, thanks. That's great. Hey, all that sounds great, man. Congratulations on your race win today, and we'll have to maybe revisit the King of the Oval title if you keep winning these races like this. Congratulations. Hey, Pablo.
All right, thank you.
I saw Pablo's channel open up. Are you here?
Yes, I am.
All right, Pablo, congratulations. Finishing in, I believe, third place today, right?
Third.
You are in third. Congratulations. First time I think I've got to interview you on the stream, which is awesome. Talk me through your race. How'd it go today?
Yeah, so it started out all right. Started out fourth. Had some good luck because some people, I don't remember which cars it were, but had an accident and I got into second, I believe. But so at that point in the race, people behind me were quicker, and I believe I overtook. But yeah, race whoever overtook me then crashed back into second.
Absolutely.
And,
a little bit of a topsy-turvy race for sure for today. Keep going.
Yeah. No, whoever was, I believe this was Carmel, Zach, and Pike driver, Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
There we go.
Pike Drew.
Yeah, I had a couple fights with them. I got a little optimistic, kind of cut into one of their lines, which spun me out and kind of gave me a penalty. Fell back again, but caught back up to them and had a little final fight. A little incident with Zach, I believe, but yeah.
Well, I tell you what, it was some great video watching there on the stream today. You guys have to go back and watch yourselves. There's really some excellent racing. It's pretty exciting. A lot of great things going on here in the Indiana Esports Network. I'm proud of all you guys. Hey, who do you got to say thanks to today on this stream?
Oh, obviously my Miss Davidson here, who delivered them. Yeah, our sponsor, Alta Fiber. Then the school for buying us this rig to be able to do this, and obviously you for organizing it.
Yeah, that's right. This is an ongoing theme. Yes, thank you. Well, I tell you what, man, congratulations for you, and congratulations to all the drivers out there today. Outstanding races, guys. All right. Hey, Mr. B, did you catch any of that? Are you actually still here?
I am still here.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I did not get to see any of the race, but it sounds like it's going to be quite the experience watching this replay. I'm excited to get that replay and see all what went down. How was the race? What did I miss?
I think there was some great racing, and I think it was fun to see some guys. The Roval really has the ability to, because there's kind of fast-paced sections and then also slower technical sections, you really see kids that they're really good on one part, but they're not as strong on another part, and it doesn't always line up. So I think it created a lot of opportunities for just some really interesting racing. And so yeah, I think we're gonna have some protests. I think me, and Alex Jones gonna get busy here on some replay videos, come up with some rulings on how that goes. But I tell you what, it was a fun race, and I hope all of our 742,000 viewers enjoyed it for today.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Only 742,000 today. Okay.
We're a little bit down, but I understand it. It's kind of that time of the year, so.
That's fun. Well, good. I'm sad to miss that I had an after-school rehearsal with my students. I'm a band director as well, like Mr. Rhoda. So we are in full winter concert mode here, and I have my 7th graders after school, and it was a good rehearsal. Not that that has anything to do with our stream today, but I'm sad that I missed it. But like I said, I'm excited to get this replay going and see how all the students did today.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I want to say a huge thanks to everybody still out there watching, all 7 concurrent viewers at this time. And we are back in action the 15th of January. So if you want to watch some racing, you can go back and watch our replays here on this YouTube channel. But no new racing from the Indiana Esports Network until after the new year. So thanks, everybody, for being out there, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you in January.